Hi, Tracy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Rebecca. Just get rid of this for a minute. It'll make it easier for me to show you what we're doing. Let's have a look. Hi, Millie. Hi, Candice. You got home all right then? All recovered? We've had such a busy weekend. We were on a retreat, and to say it was hot and tiring was the understatement of the century, I think. It was just a little bit too hot, which really didn't help. No, I know, I'm still tired. Although we've still managed to achieve quite a lot since then, I have to say.
You have,
Well, you've been to work.
Well, there is that. Yeah, don't remind me.
Yeah, sorry. So, yes, busy time. Hi, Lorraine.
Hello.
Oh, thunderstorm. Oh, well, we haven't yet, but it's looking a bit iffy outside, I have to say.
Hello.
Hi, Jen.
YouTube.
Freya.
Faye.
Faye. Oh, hi, Faye. Hi, Jill. Hi, Alison. Hi, Ali. Love a thunderstorm, I have to say. Really, that would be amazing. Hi, Jen. Hi, Margaret. Oh, good. Did you have a good time? Right, so what we're going to do... Oh, what have I just done?
Hello to Jane on YouTube.
Hi, Jane on YouTube.
Jane Cameron.
So, right, tonight we're going to be doing the back. Look, do you remember last week we did... Which way does this open? That way. We did these pages, didn't we? So these have got the big photo mats here, and then they've got these little pockets here. We're going to do the back tonight. So, hi, Judith. Hi, Elaine. You still down the road? You could have come and joined us.
Yeah.
So that's this. Okay, right. So what we're going to do tonight is the back. And what we've got is we've got a little pocket here, a top loading acetate pocket. I've just put some of these bits and pieces in. Oh, and I've just realised on the cutting guide, I've put various 6x4 photo sizes, but these are obviously 4x4. It doesn't really matter too much. Hi, Karen. Yeah. And they're going to go in this top pocket. Oh, let's pop that in there. And then there's just some odds and ends of bits just to give you an idea. And then down at the bottom we have pockets and more pockets. So we've got a pocket that's got a photo mat in at the side,
Pocketing section.
And then we've got a pocket here as well with another photo mat in it. So it's a pocket and lots of pockets and pockets on pockets and pockets. And why don't more women's clothing have pockets? This is a very important question, I feel.
And that can buy handbags.
Oh, I don't know, but I like pockets. So, yeah, that's that one. And I'll just show you this one while we're here. Elaine, so this is the same. Yes, I thought, yeah, just see. So, yeah, here we've got, you know, this acetate pocket again. That one has got a 6x4 in by the looks of it. And then our pocket with that going on there. So that's what we're going to try and achieve tonight. So if I put that to one side over there, stay. We're going to work on the backs of these. So let me get my precision, which I'm not entirely sure if it works anymore.
Oh, yes.
Because when we were unpacking the car on Sunday night, I dropped it. Luckily, it was saved by my foot.
Well, your toe more specifically.
Yeah, my big toe saved it.
Gravity.
It hurt a bit.
Lorraine wants to know are there any
Yes,
flaps?
there's flaps. There's definitely flaps.
Yay for flaps.
So, hi, Kimberly. All of a sudden, hello, Kimberly. I don't know. I'm still knackered. I just don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, so what we're going to do, first of all, is we will cut... what am I doing? Oh, no, that's not it. Let's cut that top pocket with the acetate. So remember that we need 2 of each. So I want you to cut 2 at 8.5 by 6.5. So 2 at 8.5 by 6.5 inches. Okay, so we want 2 of those. So 2 at 8.5 by 6.5 inches. I'm delighted to report that the weather is a little bit more bearable. It's not as hot as it was by any stretch of the imagination, which is good news.
She says a bit Mark didn't kiss it better.
I don't know, I never asked him to. Hey, Paul.
I rubbed it better.
Did you?
Yeah, I give you foot a massage.
Did you?
Yes.
I don't remember.
Well, you were there.
No.
You didn't leave it with me.
You know, I haven't unpacked yet, and I can't. Hold on, I need to go see if I can find my scoreboard. I'll be back. And if I know where it is, I think. No. Where the hell put that? Well, I'll use my old one. Not to worry.
Yeah.
No, I'll use my old one. It's fine. It'll turn up. So I haven't unpacked yet. You see, this is the thing. Right, now I need my embossing tool. Oh man. Oh, I'll have to use a different one. Don't like these thin ones. It'll turn up. Right, okay, so we are going to score. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Angela. Hi, Mary. Oh, just like the weekend all over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to score on the 8.5 inch side. So that's 8.5 inches at the top. We're going to score at 1/2 inch. And we're going to score at 8 inches. Turn it around 90 degrees. So we're scoring on the 6.5 inch side. At 1/2 inch. Oh, what papers are you going to use, Sue? That sounds really interesting. So same on the other one. Score on the 8.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. Score on the 8.5 inch side at 8 inches. And then score on the 6.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. So we've got what is essentially a very simple pocket here. Okay, excellent. So what I want to do now is cut a frame, and I want to cut a frame of 1 inch. Oh my goodness, talk about deja vu. We were doing this at the weekend. So I am going to draw, I think, my frame on. So it's an inch frame. So it will be 1 inch down from the top and then 1.5 inches from each of these other areas. So that would leave 1 inch all the way around inside the score marks. So I'm just going to, let's have a look. That's a cat. Oh, Max is here. He's trying to get in a box that's only big enough for his paw, I think. What are you doing, Maxie? Okay, so right, let me get my I've put my new ruler somewhere safe as well.
Oh no.
I know. So I'm cutting a frame that's going to be 1 inch inside all the score marks. Let's cut this out.
Mary says that looks good with the white pencil.
It does, doesn't it? Amazing what you can do with a white pencil. I gave everybody who came to the retreat at the weekend a white pencil because, actually I can show you before I put it away. This is the base book that, you know, that we made at the weekend. And because there was so many kind of like mixed, there was black bits and brown bits and all sorts of things. So it was easy for me to cut what each thing was, you know, on the, and write on the file folder, but where it's white, it seemed, where it's black, get yourself a really good soft white pencil. And I got these Stabilo ones,
Yes.
just a soft white one, and you can just write on it what it is. The softer ones are better, and then you don't lose your pieces. And I just found that a whole lot easier, because I found if you just use an ordinary pencil, you're just spending all your time trying to figure out what it is that you've said. So get a white pencil, invest in a decent one with a soft inside. What do you call it?
Loves a white pencil.
I think it's brilliant.
We used to call them China pencils.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. I don't think this would work on glass or anything. Let me just try it. No, but it's that sort of thing. It's just a soft white pencil, and it's just so helpful. But this one, I've just found absolutely brilliant. Maybe we should get some for the shop.
Yeah.
Really helps, especially when you're doing 101 photo mats. You can write the size on, then you're not constantly measuring and referring back. So there we go. So that is a 1-inch frame into this piece. So that's an inch there, and it's an inch on each of these areas from where we've got the score marks. So when we fold it and everything, that is going to give us a 1-inch frame. And we're going to do exactly the same on this one as well. So let me grab my lovely white pencil. Just make myself a mark.
Can't get enough marks.
Definitely not. Okay, and 1.5 is there. Oh, just cut on my ruler. Don't shout at me.
Well,
They'll all turn up eventually.
Isn't it so much better in there like that blazing heat?
It's much nicer. I haven't even put the fan on, and that's saying something.
Yeah.
I did have it on earlier, but I'm just worried about how noisy it is, really. Okay, so those are my two pockets with the acetate frames made. So what I'm going to do now is just cut a couple of pieces of acetate to put inside the frame. So let's get that out and look for some acetate. I had some earlier.
These some you had earlier.
Let's get a sheet. And how big am I cutting that? 6.5 by 5.5. So 2 at 6.5 by 5.5. Oh, I thought it would cut with that on, maybe not. 6.5 by 5.5 inches. Okay. So I'm going to get myself some good double-sided tape. I'm using my polyester tape, but red tape, polyester tape will do. And I'm going to put this on the inside of my frame, like this.
Sticky stuff. Very sticky stuff.
Very sticky stuff. It's gone warm again now, hasn't it? That's because we were talking about it.
I've also gone very hungry.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now because this is quite narrow tape, I think what I'm going to do is I'm also going to add it to the outside of these pieces as well. Let's just check it fits because that looks quite near it is. So I'm just going to stick this on the outside of my acetate.
Sue says, is there no air conditioners there?
Not here, not in the UK, very rarely. Having said that, our corner shop does, but it's not something that private homes tend to have because we don't really have that much hot weather, not seriously hot weather. Some hotels will have air conditioning, but it's not usual for us to have it. Cars do.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Which is why we tend to go for a drive quite often. Not very environmentally friendly, though, probably.
I do like my cars.
Well, I've got aircon in my car, but it doesn't work. But Mark's got aircon in his car and it does work. So, you know, that's all good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the backing off this tape.
Sue said she would literally melt them up, but we did.
We did. It was 33 degrees, was it? Celsius? I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. At the weekend, and hotter indoors. And because we don't have air conditioning and it's not something that we're used to, it was just, I'm amazed we actually managed, to be honest with you. Because we're not used to it in this country. We're not used to that sort of heat, even in the summer.
91.
But yeah, we're not used to it. We don't have it for any kind of like length of time usually, and that really was a bit too hot. I mean, today was 15. Yesterday was 15.
Yeah, 15, 16,
that was about right for me. Well, that was about as hot as I like it. Yeah. So it was double that temperature.
Yeah, which is 59.
59, yes. So what I'm doing now with my bit of acetate is I'm just sticking it over that frame there that I've made. And I'm just going to get my, oh man. I had it earlier and I thought I better not lose that because I'll need it.
What's that?
My little bone folder.
Oh.
And I'm just going to squidge that down. So what I've got there is my pocket with its acetate front. I'm going to do the same on this side.
Jane says your new fan is quite quiet on number 1 setting. I was going to suggest we have got one in storage, haven't we?
Yes, we're storing it. Yes.
In terms of storage.
Yes, that's in the front room at the moment.
In storage.
In storage. I think she knows we're using it. I need to charge up my neck fan again because that was really great.
Oh, yes.
And I've got my little desk fan in front of me.
Candy says it was sweltering at the weekend, but so worth it.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Okay, right. So I'm going to put this one on as well. Mine's complete with cat hairs. You don't have to have them, but you know,
but why not?
They do add a little je ne sais quoi to the project. So there you go. So those are my 2 pockets with the acetate. Now, what I'm going to do now, Lorraine, I hope you're listening, is a little bit of kinky mitering. So on where I've got my score lines intersecting, what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip up to where they intersect, change the angle and snip that little square off like that. Okay, and that's the same on both of them. So let me snip up to where the score lines intersect, change my angle. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to fold on these score lines like that.
Jen says you don't always take on both, do you?
No.
It's
No, I started doing it at the weekend because
it just ensures the edges.
it just stops things catching really more than anything. And my tape that I was using was a lot thinner, less wide than I usually buy it. And I don't know why I bought a thinner one, but I'm really glad that I did, because that's why I've double bagged it, for want of a better description. Because normally, so the tape that I buy is much wider, but because this was thinner, I just thought I don't want photo mats to catch when I put them in. So double bagging it works on so many levels. So that is the theory behind that. It was a mistake in my ordering that actually has turned out to be quite serendipitous. I know. So we can glue this on now. So what we've got here, we've got these two pieces. We can just turn them over because it doesn't matter which way we do this, because these have got to go at the top. These have got to go at the top with the opening at the top, and that is going to fit onto the back of our page exactly. So pop a little bit of glue
on the old flappy.
Onto the flap, yeah. Like that.
Lorraine says Kinky might just stop those bulges.
They do indeed. I was doing lots of your pants cut at the weekend, Lorraine, as well. So this is going to stick on the top there, right edge to edge.
And they weren't pants.
No, they were very good.
They were very good pants clips.
So that's going to glue on the top there like that. And I'm going to do the same on the other one as well.
Where's our Maxi boy?
Don't know, he's gone quiet, which is very disturbing.
I bet you are making up here.
And this one is going to go at the top as well, because remember, all of these pages are symmetrical, which makes things a lot easier. So that's going to go at the top there. Just stick that down with the opening at the very, very top. Okay. Right, so we'll put those to one side, and what we're going to do now is we are going to cut that first pocket that goes on the underneath, and it's a side loading pocket. So I want you to get your cardstock, and I want you to cut 2 at 7 by 5 inches. So cut 2 at 7 by 5 inches. Now, while we're here, we might just as well cut the rest.
Yeah.
So we've cut 2 at 7 by 5. Then I want you to cut 2 at 6.5 by... I've missed one. 7.5 by 2.5. Sorry. So 2 at 7.5 by 2.5.
Jill says it would be easier to base that before sticking the pocket.
Well, I knew you were going to ask me that. It would be easier, but I'll tell you why I don't do it. I'll show you, in fact. Give me 2 seconds to cut these out, and then I will tell you why I haven't done it like that. And then we're going to cut 2 at 6.5 by 3.5. So cut 2 at 6.5 by 3.5. Oh, darn it.
Do you like to cover your flaps?
I do like to cover my flaps. So the reason I haven't matted this first is because these flaps here, you know, the ones that we've glued in, I'd rather cover those up, because otherwise you're going to have quite a lot of, I know you won't see it from this side, but you will see it if you're putting things in and out. So that's why I've waited to do that. So yeah, it might be easier, but you don't see it, so it doesn't really matter. It's just
a preference.
yeah, just a preference. Okay, right. So if you grab your scoreboard, we're going to take those two that were 7 by 5, and we're going to score on the 7-inch side at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score on the 5-inch side at 1/2 inch and at 4.5 inches. And that is the same on both. So we're going to score on the 7-inch side at 1/2 inch. And then we're going to score on the 5-inch side at 1/2 inch and at 4.5 inches. Okay, so those are our side loading pockets. Then we've got the long pocket that goes on top of the side loading pocket. And these are 7.5 by 2.5. And we're going to score on the 7.5 inch side at 1/2 inch and at 7 inches. And then we're going to score on the 2.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. And that's the same on both. So we're going to score on the 7.5 inch side at 1/2 inch and at 7 inches. And then we're going to score on the 2.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. Then finally, dead easy, we've got these last two that were 6.5 by 3.5. We're scoring on the 3.5 inch side at 1/2 inch. Dead easy. Okay, and if you want to, you can round these corners. Just on this one that's just got the one score line. I'm saying that, I don't even know if I've got my corner rounder here. I think it might be packed. Oh, I've got an old one. So,
uh-oh, Jane's put glue on the wrong side of her flaps.
Oh dear. Easy done. So I'm just going to round the corner on this big flap on the side that is opposite from where we've scored. Okay. So I'm just going to do that. Right. So we're going to go back to our side loading pockets. Okay. And what I'm going to do is kinky mitre to get rid of those little squares in the corner on both. Like that.
She says, sorry she's late, but she had a longer bath than expected.
Oh.
That sounds fantastic.
It does, doesn't it? Although I quite fancy a cold swim.
Yeah, I want a big float.
Yeah. So we're going to fold on those score lines.
Once you get together with Ellie.
Sadie. Oh, Ellie. Yeah. Yeah, Sadie's is too warm.
Yeah.
Okay, so burnishing those flaps down like that. And now I'm going to get out my bits that I've made earlier. So we've got these bits. I don't know where that's come from. And I'm just going to have a look at this because I want my side loading pockets to open towards the middle of the book because it's much, much easier to pull things out. So here I can see that that's where my page opens, which means when I turn it over, that's where it's going to attach to the hinges. So I want my pocket to open that way, away from the hinge. So that will fit just there underneath that pocket like that, okay, with my opening pointing that way. So whatever you're doing, whichever one you're starting with, put the opening of your long pocket pointing away from where your hinge will be. So you're pointing away from where the page opens, okay? So that is going to butt up exactly to that little pocket that we made earlier, the acetate pocket, and I'm just going to pop that down like that. Okay, so that is stuck on 3 sides, and I've got a pocket here that opens to what, well, it will do. This is going to that's going to be that side, so it's going to open, you know, away from the hinges, which means that the other one goes on the opposite side. So here's where it opens, where I'll put my hinge. So my pocket needs to open on that way. So I'm going to put some glue on these flaps like that. Okay, and I'm going to put this here with the opening in the opposite direction to the other pocket that we've just added. Okay. All right, so let's have a look. That's going to be, it'll be like that in the book, and it'll open like that. So what I've got now is I've got my long pockets, these two that were 2.5 by, well, I don't know, whatever they were. Was it 7.5 or something? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kinky miter those corners, get rid of those little squares where the score lines intersect.
Don't forget to mark your bingo cards.
You should do that. No, that was the weekend. Okay, so like that. And now we're just going to fold on our scores, and we're going to burnish. And while we're here, we might just as well fold and burnish on those flaps that go over the top as well. So these two, I'm just going to fold here. And I'm going to burnish those up. Okay, so burnish that. And that one. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you start with, they're both the same. I've got my long pocket here. Make sure it fits first, that's a relief. Put some glue onto my flaps here. And I'm going to attach this on the top of this side loading pocket, side to side. It fits exactly on top of that side loading pocket, okay? So this is where the tags are going to go, the photo mats, and this pocket fits on top exactly, okay? And then this flap, just check, yes, few. Cutting guides right. Yeah. I know.
And everyone remember to glue the correct side.
Yep. So put some glue on there, and then this is going to attach underneath at the top of this side loading pocket. It's going to attach underneath the acetate pocket, line it up. Okay, like that. So you've got your acetate pocket that opens from the top, and then you've got your side loading pocket here. And then on top of that, you've got this pocket here with the envelope top on it like that. Okay, so the same on this one. We're going to put our simple pocket down the bottom like that, directly on top of the side loading pocket. And then the envelope flap on top of that. So that's going to fit on there underneath the acetate pocket. Oops, exactly. Let's line it up, make sure it all fits. There we go. Okay. Too much glue. All right, so let's see what paper we've got left. We'll do a little bit of decorating. Now, I'm going to decorate these pockets differently, because on my original, let me just fold this up. What I did was I cut it all in one go. I really cannot be bothered with that because you never quite get it right. So I'm going to give in to the general consensus of opinion where you cut strips and fit them. So that's what we're going to do. So let's start. I'm going to find some pattern paper. So here's what I've got left. Let's have a look. Let me put those bits that we've already done away. And let's have a look and see what I'm going to use. So what have I got left? I'm going to use a bit of this one, which is the Classics paper. This is from the Classics collection, Blue Moon SS 36127. And I think, yep, some of that. That's for my cover, I'm pretty sure. I'm keeping that one. That is what I'm going to use for the inside top bit of my pocket. And then the other one, yeah, I've used that one. Okay, right. So let's start off with the easy bit. I'm going to mat behind here. So where's my ruler? Let's cut a piece that is just under 7.5 by 6. So if I cut this down to 7.5, just under, so 7 3/5, and then cut this in half.
I think we're losing Karen. She's decorating tomorrow.
Ah. We can pop just make sure it fits. Yep, so we'll pop that one. This is the back of the foundation's front piece. So it's little bits that you can cut out, but I just decided to not bother cutting them out because we had so many other bits and pieces that I just decided to use it as patterned paper. So that is going to fit in there like that. There we go. And the other one is going to fit in the other side in the same way. Okay. I'll worry about the frame in a minute, but I'm going to cut these. So these are 6.5 inches. So I'm going to start off by just cutting them down. So 6.5 is 6 3/8. Let's put that to one side. And then The same on this side, 6 3/8. Okay, so I need to cut just under, let's do it backwards actually. So that's 2. So that's just under 2, which makes my flap just under 3. Same on this side. I'm going to do it that way around. So my flap is just under 2, which makes that just under 3. So for the inside, I'm going to need the same again. So I need one that's just under 3. So 3 for that side, and then 3 for that side. And then I need one to go in here. And that is going to be, let's say, 2 1/4. So I'm cutting that at exactly 2 1/4. Okay, so let's have a look. Start easy. That one. That's going to go inside that pocket there, like that. And that one's going to go inside that pocket. So this is 6 3/8 by 2 1/4. Okay. Then I've got these pieces. These were 6 3/8 by, I think this was 2 inches, wasn't it? So it was 1 7/8. And it doesn't matter which side you use. I just like the flowers, which is why I'm using the flowers. And because these colours are all the same, I really don't think it matters too much. So that's going to go on there. So I think what I'll do is let's round that corner like that. I'll pop that on there. Let's close that up and then round these bottom corners. Oh no, that way round, get it right. Okay. Pop that on there. Like that. Get that stuck down. Then over to this side. Let's just have a look and see what I've got. So that's going on there like that. And that needs its corners rounding. That's going to go on there. And that needs its corners rounding at the top. And and that's glued on there like that. Excellent.
Jen says, can she ask a totally unrelated question?
Please do.
I think she's talking to you.
She can. Right, these two pieces that we've got left over, I'm going to pop these on here and here. So this is 4 inches. So I'm just going to cut these down to 3 7/8.
What is causing your electrical to go mad high over there?
The price?
Greed.
Yeah, greed. The energy companies have made record profits, and they want a bit more because it's not enough.
As an example, the prices from 2019, come next year, 2023, will have quadrupled for gas and electric.
In 2016, we were paying £65 a month, weren't we, for electric, which is interesting because, for gas and electric, Rachel was at home then and she used to sit under the electric shower for hours on end, didn't she? Because she just liked the feel of the water. So, so we used a lot of electricity then. The shower that Mark and I use comes off the gas boiler, so it doesn't use electric. But regardless of that, our monthly bill, and this is just a regular semi-detached. It is 4 bedrooms, but they're not big. And how much are we paying? 258. But come January,
it's going up at least 77%.
Yeah, it's going up at least 77%. So
well, it's going up in October, 77%.
Yeah, it's going up in October and then in January. And to be fair, Mark and I obviously were both working. We are luckier than most people because we don't have kids to support. Well, I'll say that.
We got cats.
Yeah, and one kid who, kids, that's what they do. Cats. We've been quite lucky, but not anymore.
No.
So
we are screwed.
But everybody is.
Yeah. Over half the population.
Yeah. So it's not good. So yeah, that's the reason. And there's no need to get political about it because it's not necessary. It's kind of to some degree irrelevant, but there is no explanation for it other than greed. Although, gosh, I think our petrol's come down a tiny bit, hasn't it?
A little bit.
Right, so what I want to do now is cut some strips here.
After giving up 60%.
To go around this bit. So I've still got these bits left from those pages that I've just used. So I'm trying to think if I need these for anywhere else. Let me just have a look quickly. Oh, that bit could do there. What have I used up there? What have I got left? Heck, I'm gonna be brave and I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna cut some strips at 7/8 of an inch. Hold on, yeah, 7/8 of an inch. Let's do a couple. What's that? I've forgotten what that is again. 7.5. So I really need a new blade for this. Seven and a half. 7.5. Let's do the other side. Right, okay, so I'm going to glue these onto here like this. Okay, I might have to just trim off these scatty edges. Anyway, regardless of any flipping energy problems, can I just talk about a far more serious issue? And that is complete lack of Fiskars blades at the moment for my little trimmer. Not a happy bunny. That is really serious. So let's pop that across there. And that one up the top. There we go. Same on this side. Trim that down. Actually, I'm just going to get my bone folder. I think I need to get rid of those edges. All right, where did you put it? There it is. Right, let's do this one. Oh, the right way up would probably be a good idea.
Jen says, shall I ship you some?
Some gas and electric? Well, yeah, why not? I mean, you know, Brexit now. We can go anywhere, can't we?
Says hi.
Hi, Corey.
Hello. Cookies.
Yes. Right, so I'm going to cut those at 4. So I've still got these bits left. So I'm going to cut these down to 4 inches. I'm cutting it to exactly 4 inches this time. Okay, so that's that too. Where's my other? Here we go. So I'm going to cut these down to 4 inches as well. So I'm just choosing the most interesting bits. I'm just going to...
She says, no, Fiskars blades.
Oh. You might have to if things get much worse.
You can't get on.
No. Right, so let's pop that on there like that. And the same on the other side. And all you need to do now is go off and cut out your photo mats.
It's not only just getting them, is it? It's getting them at a reasonable price.
Yeah. You can get them off Amazon, but they're like silly money.
That's £7 for 2.
More. I've seen them about £10 for 2.
Yeah. Oh. A triple tack on the...
Yeah, but they might not be the proper Fiskars ones, and they are terrible.
Yeah, it's those weird ones.
Okay, right, so go off and cut out your photo mats, and that will do for tonight. So next week, what we're going to do is we're going to start working on our covers, and I am going to work on a hardback cover with you and also the folio cover. Make a hardback cover to make sure that it works, so I'll have a bit of a faff with that, but we do have quite an interesting hinge system. It's kind of hidden hinge but not. So the hinge is at the opposite end, and it is hidden Right, sorry about that. Absolutely no idea what happened there. That was most peculiar. It's never done that before. So basically, luckily it was right at the end of class, which is great. So have a good week, everybody, and we'll catch up with you here next Wednesday at 7:30. And if you're making the pop-up book, we are in Crafting Together with All Brands tomorrow night at 7:30. Just quickly, just to tell you that most of the places on the face-to-face Halloween day retreat have now sold. So if you do want to go, you need to let me know as soon as possible, because there's literally a couple. That's it. All right then, guys, thanks ever so much for joining us this evening, and we'll see you all really soon. Lots of love. Bye.
Oh.